Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today I am hearing the band Triumph for the very first time, so we're starting with a live performance of their song, Fight the Good Fight. Here we go. Oh my gosh, Canada for the win again. I just cannot get over some of these bands. We're going back. I was not, okay, love the groove of this song right off the bat. They have just their entire presence. They just look like they're having so much fun and, you know, just jamming in a basement as opposed to being in this big concert. But the moment he opened his mouth, I was not expecting his voice to sit where it does. It's so much higher than I was expecting. In a way, he kind of reminds me of Geddy, but obviously very different. But just that initial response, me hearing those notes, oh my gosh, they're so effortless and so smooth, and again, a bit higher than I was anticipating. So here we go. That phrasing, the days are shorter, the way he let me play it again, make sure I describe this correctly. The days grow shorter and the nights are long. There's something about the way he's saying those words where we get this sort of orb-like effect, I feel. I genuinely can't describe it. If I were saying that, you know, the days are shorter and the nights are getting long, but the way it fits with the music, I just love, maybe it's the timing that I love. The days are shorter. One more time, let me. The days grow shorter and the nights are long. See, even when I tried to replicate, I was like, shorter. No, shorter, and maybe it's the contrast in the actual text itself. Shorter, he elongated, long was shortened. I don't know. Something about it just really stood out to me. Feels like we're running out of time. That's so high. Running out of time. Yeah, his voice just sits so high, and I'm loving it because it's not even I mean, yes, he's utilizing mixed voice, but it's not the typical mixed voice you expect to hear from a rock band. It's very, it feels very grounded, and it feels very full. And so it's a good indication of just how much more range he has on top, because then later we hear even more of that. We're going to keep going. Every day it seems much harder telling right from wrong. when he said make, that was Mick's voice. You could hear a little bit more of that sort of heady sound that you anticipate in a head dominant mix, but his face is so relaxed. He's not working for well, he is working for it, but you can't see it in his face. It doesn't look like there's any strain, any tension, and it's just flowing out of him, and it's beautiful to watch. Here we go. The price we pay. The good book says it's better to give than to receive. I do my best to do my part. I like that. I like that we're starting to get a little bit more texture and a little bit more of that rock sound. Nothing in my pockets and I got nothing up my sleeve. I keep the magic in my heart. Keep up your spirit, keep up your faith, baby. I am counting on you. You know what you've got to do. Fight the good fight of the moment. Every minute, every day. Fight the good fight of the moment. I said it's your only way. I think what I'm loving about this performance is when you hear that chorus, you could really rock out to that if you wanted to, and just imagine a lot of screaming and bouncing around the stage. But he is so calm and collected. It's such a great voice. We'll keep going. I'm sure we'll hear this again. All your life, you've been waiting for your chance. Where you'll fit into the play. Anyone who wants to learn Mick's voice, I feel like I will forever now be sending them this clip. This is such a beautiful example because oftentimes when we're singing in mix, especially in contemporary styles and music, we want it to be powerful, we want it to be belty, and it can be, but really mixed voice, when we're sort of defining it, it's what's happening in the larynx. Everything else is adjustable, we'll say. You know, you can play around with resonators, you can play around with air pressure, you can even play around with adduction and how firmly your chords come together. But mixed voice is really just sort of a balance that's happening in the larynx between your CT muscle and your TA muscle. At least that's how I teach it. And so watching this, it's so stunning because he's singing, sometimes when you're trying to find mixed voice, or you're trying to play and see what your voice wants to do in that mixed range, a lot of coaches, myself included, will recommend making kind of a crying sound, or like a whimper, or even a puppy sound. And so he's doing, he's not doing that here, but you can hear sort of the remnants of that in his tone when he's singing this high. Let me back it up a smidge. Life, you've been waiting for your chance. Where you'll fit into the play. You're the master of your own destiny. So give and take the best that you can. I am shocked that this clip doesn't even have 1 million views. The coordination just then between the instrumentalists and that whole interlude, and then the timing when they came back in for this next verse, it was so good. And it's just, he's so fun to watch. I mean, all of them are, but like going from just thinking about his vocals to then seeing him play guitar and how intense, and not even intense, but maybe more, I don't know, maybe intense, rather than that sort of calm, collected persona I see when he's at the mic. I feel that he was just really digging into the music as he played, and that was just, it was so cool to see just the contrast in his performance style, whether he's singing and playing or just playing.
Take a look inside your eyes. Nothing is easy. Oh, nothing good is free. But I can tell you where to start. There's an answer in your heart. Take a look inside your heart.
I love, you can hear just a tiny bit of grittiness in those top notes. I feel like the spread we see in his mouth with that wide vowel is helping him to relax just a little bit in the larynx, so that we get a tiny bit of separation, that the chords aren't coming together quite as firmly, and that added air is allowing for some added texture to come through. I'm gonna rewind. It just keeps getting higher. It keeps going higher. Oh my gosh. was so fun to watch. I am shocked that I have not heard of this band before. And yes, I know there are a lot of bands I have not heard yet. I'm working on that. But the amount of talent I just witnessed on that stage, in addition to the rarity of his voice, I'm surprised that I haven't heard any of their songs before. That's gonna change. That was such a ride, and I'm shocked that video doesn't have 5 times the views, 10 times, 20 times. I don't even know how many. That was such a, like, as far as live performances go, that was such a good performance. Not only the music, but just how on point they were throughout that entire time. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. So I'm not going to say anything else. Thank you guys so much for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.